I don't really know much about this. Do you want to lead this on, Culture?
Not really. I mean, look, this is like the 7th time. No, honestly, I mean, this is like the 7th time we've been talking about a new Star Trek reboot, right? They're basically, this is going to be a reboot. Paramount is in such a desperate situation right now. They have to do something with this property. It's one of the few viable things they have left. It's limping along into obscurity because of the direction that J.J. Abrams' Acolyte took it. But they're looking for somebody to take this forward. So you've got Simon Kinberg. He's going to produce it, which means you're going to get a reboot. And, does anybody really want that? I guess is ultimately the question at the end of the day. If he does end up leading this, I don't know for how long Paramount will be a studio. I don't know that they can make it through a production of this for it to be a studio. But this, look, according to the article, if all goes well, the door will open to him taking active creative roles on the rest of the storied franchise's film side. Kurtzman and Akiva Goldsman are the main creative producers on the television side. So you're still going to get the terrible Akiva garbage with Klutzman involved in it. So, yeah, so it's not like that's going to go away, right? And they're pushing for a lot of people, to step into roles for him, like Toby Haynes. He directed like Andor, Star Wars Andor series episodes.
Oh well, it's going to be good then.
This is multiple Star Trek stuff they're trying to do. Then that's what I'm reading here.
I wonder if this is more so just to try and help sell the shit.
Yeah.
The rumor going around now is that Kurtzman wants out anyway.
Well, that's good for Star Trek fans.
Yeah, but this is almost like, is this really trading up? I don't know. Yeah. This is either a lateral trade or trading down at this point. Remember, this guy destroyed the X-Men, right? Yeah, he was the guy who said to Bryan Singer, "Here, hold my beer."
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that did
or should I say, hold my Bud Light? Yeah,
he's the one
Dark Phoenix thing.
Yeah, the third one.
The Dark Phoenix, and the one before that, Apocalypse. He basically took over from Bryan Singer. Yeah, Ghost directed it.
I mean, like every time we talk about Star Trek, I'm like, it's another hope and a prayer. It's another hope and a prayer. Because I don't think this is going any farther. I mean, again,
he's another JJ Acolyte too. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have good pedigree. He doesn't have a good track record. And even if they pull in, Skydance to like carry the water on this one, it ain't gonna help because you put this guy in there and it's
trying to remember what they worked on together. Because for some reason I swear they've worked together before. I could be wrong, but I swear they have. Maybe I am wrong. But he ain't going to be any better. He'll be worse than JJ. That's my point anyway, at the end of the day.
Yeah, but I mean,
Kimbo's last movie, that Dark Phoenix thing.
It was. Yeah, he hasn't directed a movie now in 5 years.
Wow.
Atrocious. That film was god-awful.
He even apologized for that one, and I kind of gave him... Otherwise, no, that's not true. He did the 355. I'm seeing that here.
How well was that received?
Yeah. that horrible bomb, the 355 that had Jessica Chastain, Diane Kruger, Penelope Cruz.
Yeah, it's like, hey, let's remake Ghostbusters 2016 with spy stuff.
Yeah, it was
bad. Look, overall, this guy doesn't have a good track record. He worked with Branagh on one of the Poirot films.
The last one, but
I'm not a fan, and I don't think this guy's going to save it. And I don't think. And again, to me, this is just a public pitch for financing. Tom, do you see it any differently? I don't know.
That's kind of what I'm seeing here, or what I would think. Some kind of either financing pitch or something to help with the sale of Star Trek. This almost kind of feels like to me. I mean, or Paramount, one of the two. Because here's the thing: I've been hearing. I don't know all the ins and outs, but I know that Kurtzman supposedly owns some part of Star Trek now because of Secret Hideout and how they're tied into all this bullshit. He wants out, so they have to either buy him out or he has to buy out Star Trek. This to me almost feels like when they tried selling Lucasfilm and Bob Iger said it's only worth like less than $3 billion, and George Lucas is like, well, it ain't gonna work for me. And he's like, well, I'll get a few movies into production and some things going on, and then maybe we can and get a new head of the Lucasfilm, and maybe we can bump that number up, right? So to me, this feels like we're bumping that number up by, I don't know why they think Simon Kinberg's a good idea. Here's the other thing you got to remember, guys, about this. To Hollywood and certain people inside Hollywood, this might look like a good fit because Kinberg going from X-Men to Star Trek is basically going down the ladder, because to them, Star Trek ain't worth shit. It never has been. They have never understood what Star Trek is really worth, right? If they actually treated the franchise with some respect. There was a small period of time where it did get treated with some respect, and guess what? It made Paramount a lot of money. But it feels like those people forgot about that. And one of those main people was Moonves, and he's one of the people that got us to this point. So keep that in mind, because he canceled Enterprise and set Trek up for the disaster that it was with JJ and everything else. So, and frankly, at this point, until there's a new owner over Star Trek and Paramount, I would not hold out any hope in Kinberg. Let's just hope and pray he doesn't make a Star Trek movie.
God.
Yeah.
Is this confirmed? Was it just looking to? Yeah, I mean, it says confirmed.
Yeah, this is Hollywood Reporter. I've been bombarded with this all morning, so I'm thinking this is pretty.
Well, I mean, at the very least, he's only producing, right?
Yeah, it's true. It says produce.
So at least there's that. And it's a project that's already in active development. So
the thing is with him, and this is what's weird, is to bring somebody like him in when you already have Alex Kurtzman and Akiva Goldsman. Because he's more than just a director. He's like a creative producer. I think what you call him is what Alex Kurtzman and Akiva like to fancy themselves as well. Wouldn't you say, Nick?
Oh yeah. I mean, I would love to see freaking Rick Berman come back.
Now that's a real creative producer there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Abrams is still attached. Is this a
that's what I'm saying. I knew Abrams would still be attached. That's not a surprise.
What's the point in getting him on board then?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me.
They're trying to make it look like a good hockey team or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like they're taking these are all guys that are at the end of their careers, basically.
Well, Abrams is attached as producer, as a legacy producer, because he was involved in the original.
And that's why I called into question when people are like, "Oh, his 10 years up with Star Trek." I was like, "Is it?"
No. He has to be involved when they're using characters he created.
He's like, just get rid of the characters he created and go back to the originals. But aside from all of that, I'm going to say this. This isn't going to happen.
No, probably not.
Like I said, let's hope.
Well, there's no money for it. There's no money. There's no will. And the studio's collapsing.
Yeah. And J.J. Abrams, the only thing I've seen of anything that he is related to or has anything to do with that looks even worth watching at all is the Blue Angels documentary. I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer for that. It looks freaking awesome. Right. They're using the same filming methods they used in Top Gun Maverick. And they're basically doing a documentary on the Blue Angels. And J.J. Abrams is the producer of the documentary. And but it's a lot of the same crew and stuff from Top Gun Maverick. It looks awesome. But J.J. Abrams involved with anything or Kurtzman or any of these people who've been involved with Star Trek in the last how long has this been going on, Tom? It's 8 years.
Wow, if you go back to JJ, almost 20 now.
Guys, like it's been that long?
Years. 2009, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was 2009. Yeah.
And they canceled Enterprise in 2005, so that'll be 20 years next year since we've actually had real Trek. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but yeah, you're right. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they don't know what they're doing over there. Nobody knows what they're doing over there.
It's crazy to think it's in 15 years. That's madness.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is gonna. Well, I still don't think this film's gonna get made. This is the never-ending film, isn't it? The bloody Star Trek franchise, never-ending franchise, never-ending film. We'll make it one day, but will we? Probably not. Doesn't look like they're gonna.
Yeah. I would, if I own the Star Trek franchise, I'd figure a way to bring Shatner back in somehow, some way.
He's very old now.
He
Rumor has it they may be doing just that with like a de-aging thing.
Yeah.
But
Oof, that'll be brutal to look at. That will be brutal to look at. Well, there you go. I mean, do you have anything else to say on this? I mean, I don't fully understand why he's getting on there. It's a weird one for him.
Yeah. I got very little hope for anything Star Trek moving forward. Not unless completely a whole entire group of people's involved. Sort of like Star Wars. It's dead, Jim.
Oh dear. All right. Well, yeah, we'll shuffle on from this then.